This week is National EMS Week. It's a time to celebrate first responders and their important work that they do in the community. WENY's Marcy Walsh spoke to first responders who saved a man's life, and she's also here to tell us what can make all the difference when an emergency happens. Marcy.
Nick, quick thinking and CPR saved the life of a man in cardiac arrest earlier this year. And at the Horseheads Fire Department today, it was all about saving lives.
I haven't told her, but she's my hero. She really is. Thank you.
Dennis Tubbs lives in Horseheads. In January, he experienced sudden cardiac arrest. His wife, Andy, a retired nurse, sprung into action, performing CPR until first responders could get there. Once the first responders arrived, they continued CPR and hooked Dennis up to an AED to try and jumpstart his heart.
It's pretty incredible to see how many people handled me or were in my living room doing compressions or hooking up the AED. I had no idea that there were that many people, and they were all involved and they all cared, and most of them were volunteers. So I'm impressed.
According to the American Heart Association, only about 10% of people who experience out-of-hospital cardiac arrest survive. CPR is the first step to saving lives.
National EMS Week, we have to emphasize to the public that they're part of emergency medicine. They have to start, especially like CPR, when somebody's in cardiac arrest. So we get there, we can continue the CPR, and then the chain of survival through the ambulance, and then through the emergency room and the hospitals.
First responders from the Horseheads Police and Fire Department and Irway Ambulance received pins for their life-saving measures. Tubbs says he doesn't remember any of the incident from earlier this year, so this was his first time meeting the people who helped save his life.
Oh, thanks. My grandchildren say thank you. They enjoy hugs, and I do too. So just thanks. That's all I can say.
Dennis and his wife Andy have started a CPR initiative with their church, and Chief Sullivan says everyone should be CPR certified. Locally, M-Star on West Water Street in Elmira handles CPR certifications. Nick.